I can't hide the truth anymore. This needs to be said. My name is Natalie, and I've been living on my own in an apartment complex in Arizona. I don't get out much, and my wife left me recently, but I've never been the same after what happened to me 2 weeks ago. One night, I had received an anonymous package at my doorstep. There was no address or anything, just a cardboard box. Curious, I opened it to see what was inside. Within was a blank DVD case with a disc inside. It was a DVD-R with the word RAW written on it with a permanent marker. My DVD player was broken, so I played it on my 360. The disc had 3 videos on it. The first 2 videos were like home movies of just people talking to each other outside an old boarded-up house in the woods. The conversations were random and inconsistent with each other. One minute they'd be talking about music, and the next minute they would be talking about pets. I assumed these were just some kind of home movies, but when I saw the third video, I began to question that. The third video featured 2 naked grown men dancing around to techno music for 4 minutes. I had brushed it off as some stupid joke one of my neighbors was playing. That night, around 12:30 a.m., I looked outside to see another package. Another DVD-R was inside. Upon putting it into my 360, it had 2 videos on it. I'll never forget what I saw. The first video was called Jenny, age 17. It was 12 minutes long. The first 4 minutes featured a man in a blue raincoat crying while licking a girl while she's tied to a chair in a bedroom. The video cuts to a red screen for a brief second, and it transitions to a bathroom. Whoever is holding the camera opens the shower curtain to reveal a black girl fingering herself in the bathtub. She looked kind of young, which bothered me. This went on for 6 minutes. I didn't know what was going on, but the lady didn't seem to be enjoying herself. She appeared to have tears in her eyes as she does this. In confusion, I saw this video about 4 times to try and make sense of it, and it wasn't until my third viewing that I noticed her feet and left hand had been amputated. I had just remembered this girl had appeared in one of the videos on the first disc, but she had all her limbs back then. The second video was called Invitation. It consisted mainly of a fat man wearing Playboy bunny ears talking to the camera. I still remember what he said. "Hello, Natalie. One of our associates wanted us to invite you over for a feast. We want you to be part of our big family. Life has abused your soul. We want freedom, just like you do. With friends like us, you don't have to keep so many secrets. We've been fucked over by society, just like you have. This family loves to feed the people we hate. And now we want to do something different. We'll be sending you another disc very soon. It'll give you an idea of what to expect if you choose to join us. Consider it a restaurant menu." The last 2 minutes of the video featured a shirtless man licking a big, colorful lollipop. He licks it sexually and occasionally rubs it on his hairy chest only to lick it again. His chest has a huge scar in the shape of an X. Upon looking in the background, there's a naked midget holding up a sign that says 4mealsoftheday.net. 4 meals of the day? What the hell does that mean? I decided to Google it to see if I could find it. I didn't find the website. I found an article about it on a website called Creepypasta. I've never heard of it, but reading upon it, I found out that 4mealsoftheday.net was a video sharing site that targeted mainly towards snuff films, and it had been deleted from the internet a few years ago. The article featured an image of an old boarded-up house which looked exactly like the house in the videos on the first disc I received. Now I only have one question. What does this have to do with me? At around 7:30 a.m., I sat on my couch, looking out the window next to the front door. I didn't want to call the cops. I was worried it would make me into a bigger target no matter what the cops did. Hoping to see whoever was fucking with me, I just sat by the window all night. I slept most of the time with a knife in my pocket. I would occasionally wake up and look outside only to see nothing. It was 4:45 a.m. The sun was almost about to rise, and I assumed my predator wasn't coming, so I was just about to go to bed, but then it happened. Around 5 a.m., an SUV drove out in front of my apartment. The driver threw a box out of the car window and drove off. It was like they knew my every move. I went out to open it. As expected, it was another disc. For some reason, the box also had a dildo and a spoon inside. The disc had the word menu written on it. I knew what I was most likely in for. This disc had 4 videos on it. This is where it is the most horrifying. I can't even describe the hell I sat through. But I'll try. Raw menu. See no evil. A 3-minute video where the camera is set down on the floor in a living room. The quality of this video was horrible and too fuzzy and bright to see perfectly. We see a man in his pajamas standing still in the room for about 20 seconds until he gets down on his hands and knees, as if he were looking for something on the floor. He gets up and spends the rest of the video wandering around the room. About 1 minute and 25 seconds in, the man begins screaming, running around and punching the walls. Not a normal screaming sound. It was a sound I didn't know was capable among human speech. It was like a pig squealing. Before the video ends, the man runs off camera as he screams. Erica, age 25. The video begins with 2 guys in business suits talking to a girl. When they ask for the girl's name, she calls herself Erica, but the rest of her name is bleeped out. They appear to be in the lounge from See No Evil. This video is in higher quality, so I couldn't tell. It seems like a job interview, and they seem to be talking about having her in a movie. This discussion goes on for 3 minutes until the video cuts to a red screen for a second. It cuts back, and we now see the girl tied down to the coffee table in the room. 3 men in clown masks walk on the screen and begin gang raping the girl. The girl continuously screams, and the men just keep raping her as the cameraman laughs. This goes on for a horrifying 6 minutes, and when they're done, the clowns begin dancing around the room until the video ends. As they dance, the sound of an animal growling is heard in the background. Piglets. The video begins with a naked young girl handcuffed to a bed. She looks to be around 15. It consists of her just crying there for the first 5 minutes. I myself was on the verge of crying. The camera was set up so her whole body could be in view, and she was blindfolded. I prayed that this girl wasn't going to have such a vile experience as the girl in the previous video. After those 5 minutes, a man wearing a really creepy-looking pig mask walked into the frame. He wasn't wearing any clothes other than the pig mask. He got up on the bed over the girl and began violently slapping her in the face. After 30 seconds of slapping, he climbed off the bed and grabbed something from under the bed. The girl begs for him to let her go. The man is revealed to have a stun gun, and he tased the girl. She cries in severe pain. After staring at the girl for 5 minutes, the masked man walks up to the camera and turns it off. Beauty. An albino Asian girl lays on the bed from the previous video as she is in labor. The person holding the camera wanders around the room with the camera focused on her. A music box plays in the background. After 2 minutes of the camera showing off the pregnant woman, a man in a red coat walks in and puts some kind of Mardi Gras mask on the girl. After 7 minutes, the man pulls out the baby and hands it to the girl. She takes off the mask, emotionlessly stares at the newborn for around 6 seconds, and just drops it on the floor as if it were nothing. She then breaks down in tears. The newborn's crying is also heard. The person holding the camera begins talking and turns out to be female. As she focuses on the crying woman, she says, "The blind man, the girl we raped, the girl we tased, the baby, they will be on the menu for the next 2 weeks. This is what we do. They deserve what they got. They are all trash. Sure, we are not much better, but at least we understand ourselves. We've been doing this kind of stuff for 3 generations. At first I didn't want you to know, but we do. But now you must know. Love shouldn't be built from lies." Her French accent. I recognized the voice. She finally showed her face on camera. It was my ex-wife. I paused the video and was just shocked. She wanted me to join her and her family of sickos. I guess this is why she never wanted me to meet her family. The video continued, and before it ended, she said, "Haven't you noticed the cameras?" I looked around my apartment. I found 3 cameras. One hidden behind my TV, one out on my patio, and one in my bathroom. If you knew her like I did, you would know she loved invading the privacy of others. I know that she knew everything I've been doing. She was here when I was asleep. I locked the door to my bedroom and began to cry. With my fear of being devastated to leave that place, I ran out to my car, drove to the police station, and told them what happened. When I took them to my house, all my discs and cameras were gone. It was as if nothing had ever happened. Even the history of my internet searches of their website was deleted. Before I moved out of my apartment, I checked my emails one more time. An anonymous person sent me a message reading, "Even if you rejected my proposal, always remember that I still love you." I won't say or give details on what state I'm living in now. I still have occasional nightmares and emotional breakdowns, but I'm doing better. Things will never be the same again. But there is a moral to this story. Take away your ex-wife's keys.